But it was a 22-year-old poet who stole the show. Amanda Gorman, the youngest inaugural poet in American history, reciting her work titled "The Hill We Climb." She says she was struggling to finish it just 2 weeks ago, and then the assault on the Capitol happened. And on that night, she says, she stayed up late, adding verses of the moment and finishing that 710-word poem.
We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
Amanda Gorman, her performance left many blown away, including one Oprah Winfrey, who wrote, "I have never been prouder to see another young woman rise. Brava, brava." Michael Eric Dyson now, professor of sociology at Georgetown University, author of Long Time Coming, Reckoning with Race in America. Professor, we'll talk about the president in just a moment, but first, your reflection on what we heard from Amanda Gorman.
Oh, the majesty of her language, the surpassing eloquence, the transcendent beauty, the ethical clarity, the moral compulsion to be unified and to embrace the other, but to tell the truth from within. Often trauma is the anvil on which we hammer out the decisions we make and the kinds of commitments we will adopt. And because that trauma occurred, she then, on January 6th at the Capitol, that inspired her to poetry. Some it inspired to anger, some it inspired to righteous indignation, but she took up a pen, and in that pen wielded and leveraged the moral authority of her people and the democratic impulses of this nation to really lift us up. It was a beautiful and inspiring moment.
It was for me. She gave me life. Michael, the president has set the expectation that he can help unify the country. What do you see that looking like?
Well, look, just standing up and doing what he did, delivering a kind of Lincoln-esque meets Augustine kind of speech today, talking about love, talking about healing, speaking about moving forward, still determined in a steely sort of way to make certain that we adhere to the principles of democracy, that we don't yield or capitulate to violence, that we don't give in to people who want to use their hatred as the basis of their megaphone. He said, look, let's come together in a serious and profound fashion. We know that unity is the bridge, justice is the destination. The people on the mall, the people at the Capitol, the Capitol offenders were unified as well, but in hatred and in abusing the American tradition of democracy. So I think what Joe Biden will call us to do is to come together across the spectrum and continuum of our ideological differences and our political differences, and to say, what can we agree upon that will move this nation forward? COVID-19 is real. The crisis of policing is real. The crisis of systemic racism is real. The crisis of the climate is real. So we've got to come together to address these issues as American citizens, truly putting America above party.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.